Today, we're diving into what was literally one of the most breathless matches of the 2026 World Cup. We are breaking down the epic round of 32 clash between Portugal and Croatia that took place over in Toronto. And let me tell you, this wasn't just your standard football game. It was an absolute roller coaster, packed with tactical brilliance, some massive managerial gambles, and just pure, unadulterated sporting drama. I mean, how on earth did a 109-minute thriller ultimately play out? Because if you looked away for even a single second during this one, you probably missed something massive. We are talking about a game with a record-breaking 4 disallowed goals, an agonizingly long last-second video review, and 2 of the greatest players in the history of the sport fighting tooth and nail to keep their international dreams alive. So how exactly did all of this chaos unfold? Well, let's jump right in and break it down. Section 1. The ultimate last dance, Ronaldo versus Modric. To really get why this game was so intense, you have to understand the sheer weight of the stakes here. We were watching an iconic matchup. On one side, you've got Cristiano Ronaldo, 41 years old and still hunting for that one elusive World Cup trophy. And on the other side, his former Real Madrid teammate, 40-year-old Luka Modric, stepping onto the pitch for a staggering 201st international cap. We're talking about 2 captains, 2 absolute legends who both knew that a single defeat meant a heartbreaking, permanent curtain call on their international careers. And honestly, Croatia's manager, Zlatko Dalic, hit the nail right on the head before they even stepped onto the pitch. He warned, each error will be punished. It was the perfect summary. He knew this match was going to be a highly tactical, high-stakes slugfest where even the tiniest slip-up could send a team packing for good. And spoiler alert, he was absolutely right. Section 2. Patient pressure, direct danger, the first half chess match. So right from the opening whistle, Portugal came out swinging. They were relentless. Just look at the gap in final third entries. It was massive. A staggering 90 entries for Portugal compared to a measly 23 for Croatia. Roberto Martinez had his squad completely pinning the Croatian defense back, throwing wave after wave of attacks at them, even though they were having a really hard time finding the back of the net early on. Portugal totally controlled the tempo of the game too, holding on to 61% of the possession and stringing together 532 accurate passes. But here's the fascinating part. Rather than crumbling under all that weight, Croatia was perfectly comfortable just absorbing it. They stayed super disciplined, incredibly structured, and just waited patiently for their moments to launch direct, dangerous counterattacks. In fact, even though they barely had the ball, you could argue Croatia's direct approach was actually way more lethal. They managed to get 6 shots on target, double Portugal's 3. They were heavily testing the Portuguese goalkeeper, Diogo Costa, proving that you really don't need to hog the ball for 90 minutes to create clean, dangerous looks on goal. Section 3. Croatia shocks the stadium against the run of play. Okay, so the second half starts, and suddenly, the tactical script just flips completely upside down. In the 53rd minute, absolute shockwaves rippled through BMO Field. Ivan Perisic makes this brilliant run from a wide starting position, strikes it perfectly, and finds the back of the net. A collective chill literally fell over all the Portuguese fans in the stands. Completely against the run of play, Croatia takes the lead, and just like that, Ronaldo's World Cup dream was flatlining. Section 4. Tactical gambles and equalizers. Portugal's lifeline. Now, staring down the barrel of elimination, Portugal absolutely refused to pack it in. They threw all caution to the wind, flooded the final third, and eventually forced the Croatian backline into a massive panicked error. Renato Veiga wins a crucial penalty, which creates a moment of unimaginable pressure for Cristiano Ronaldo in the 68th minute. With the hopes of his entire nation, and let's be real, his entire legacy resting on his shoulders, Ronaldo steps up and coolly buries it past Dominik Livakovic. Tie game 1-1. But the sheer drama of this game didn't stop there. Portugal's manager Roberto Martinez engineered some wild turning points. First, in the 62nd minute, he brings on fresh legs with Goncalo Ramos and Bernardo Silva. 6 minutes later, Ronaldo gets the equalizer. But then, in the 82nd minute, with extra time creeping up fast, Martinez makes a gamble that is almost unthinkable. He actually subs off Cristiano Ronaldo, who, by the way, was visibly furious about it. Section 5. The Super Sub Strikes. Goncalo Ramos' masterclass. Well, that unthinkable 82nd minute substitution, it turned out to be one of the greatest, game-changing cameos of the entire tournament. Goncalo Ramos walked away with a massive 7.9 SofaScore impact rating. Earning player of the match honors when you're just coming off the bench is incredibly rare, but Ramos was an absolute force of nature the second his boots touched the grass. This 25-year-old striker put on a total clinic in efficiency. Check this out. In just 27 minutes on the pitch, he had only 19 touches and took exactly 2 shots. That's it. But with those limited touches, his direct runs completely scrambled the Croatian backline. He brought the exact composure and finishing touch that Portugal was so desperately looking for all game. And all of that hustle paid off in the absolute best way in the 94th minute. Rafael Leao whips in this gorgeous, smart cross into the penalty area, and Ramos just rises up and heads it home. It was this unbelievable, climactic, injury-time winner that breathed pure, ecstatic life into the Portuguese camp, right when everyone thought we were heading for a grueling extra time.
Section 6. Ultimate VAR Heartbreak. The 100th minute twist.
Alright, so you'd think that late goal was the end of it, right? Nope. Just when it looked like Portugal had safely crossed the finish line, we got the craziest sequence of the match. Because of prolonged celebrations and earlier delays, the officials added an incredible 10 minutes of stoppage time after that Ramos goal. And in the 100th minute, literally with what felt like the last kick of the game, Croatia puts the ball in the back of the net to tie it up. The stadium completely erupted. But hold on. Enter VAR, the video assistant referee. After what had to be the most agonizingly meticulous 10-minute review of the video footage imaginable, the officials ruled that dramatic Croatian equalizer was offside. The goal was wiped clean off the board, and the final whistle finally blew. You know, it's actually kind of poetic when you think about it. There's a stunning irony to how this epic clash wrapped up. The whole world tuned in for a mythical battle between 2 aging titans, Ronaldo and Modric. Yet, when all was said and done, it was a hyper-efficient 25-year-old substitute in Goncalo Ramos and a razor-thin VAR decision that actually decided the outcome. And just like that, the curtain was brutally closed on Luka Modric's legendary international career. So that leaves us with a pretty massive question. With a heavyweight quarterfinal showdown against Spain now looming on the horizon, can Portugal's fascinating mix of aging icons and ruthlessly efficient super subs actually carry them all the way to the World Cup trophy? I mean, they survived an absolute storm in Tirana, but their ultimate test is just getting started. Thanks so much for joining this explainer, and we will definitely see you next time.